All right, it's a few minutes to 4 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us on News Now, where we tell you all the stories that are making headlines right now. And it starts now with the highlights. The highlights. A family in Kirinyaga County is demanding answers after the scheduled post-mortem of 21-year-old Peter Macharia, who was shot during the Sabasaba protest, failed to take place at the Kerugoya Level 5 Hospital mortuary. Also, President William Ruto asks leaders to resist the urge to incite the youth and instead work together to find lasting solutions. And tension remains high in Bulapesa in Isiolo town following a fatal arson attack believed to be connected to a suspected love triangle, which left 5 people dead, including a woman and her 4 children. Welcome once again. My name is Hibaq. Now, the Ministry of Health is urging calm following reports of a mysterious illness in Mombasa County, which has claimed 4 lives so far. Principal Secretary for Public Health, Mary Muthoni, says the ministry has deployed health officials to support the county government's response, with multi-agency teams working around the clock to determine the cause of the deaths. While insisting there is no cause for alarm, the PS has urged caution, advising residents to immediately report any suspicious symptoms and avoid contact with bodies of the deceased until medical investigations are complete. She has also emphasized the need for proper hygiene practices to curb potential spread and investigations continue.
We have already dispatched our surveillance team and the field team to join hands with the county government to ensure that they are doing a rapid response, to have a rapid response team all together, multidisciplinary, so that they can come up with the correct information, accurate information, which can be given to the members of the public. So far, our support team is detailed field investigation to determine the cause of the deaths and to coordinate and facilitate laboratory testing, including infectious disease screening, and also to conduct community level risk assessment and active case, and also to provide technical guidance and on appropriate public health response measures, but no cause for alarm.
Now, a family in Kirinyaga County is demanding answers after the scheduled post-mortem of 21-year-old Peter Macharia failed to take place at the Kerugoya Level 5 Hospital mortuary. Macharia was shot dead during the Sabasaba protests in Kagumo, becoming one of the many young casualties of recent political unrest. Pathologists attached to the exercise reported failed to turn up, leaving Macharia's family frustrated and emotionally drained, accusing authorities of neglecting their duty and delaying justice. The body remains at the mortuary as relatives and rights activists call for immediate intervention, saying the delay not only undermines the investigation into protest deaths, but deepens the family's pain.
Tumefanyiwa mambo mabaya sana na serikali kwa sababu imesema haitatuletea daktari wa kupasa postmortem. Tunasikia anatoka mbali. Kwa hivyo sisi tumekasirika as a family. Hiyo kijana hakuwa ameenda maandamano siku hiyo. Hiyo risasi ilimkuta mbali ndio ikampiga. Huyo kijana alikuwa ameenda kuchuna kahawa. Tunataka justice ya mtoto wangu Macharia.
Kwa tumewasiliana na IPOA, tulikuwa tumewasiliana na IMRU na tulikuwa tumewasiliana na Human Rights Commission through the family lawyer. Na tukawaambia sisi tunafanya mazishi siku ya kesho. Tena wakatukonfirmia tukuje leo hapa asubuhi ndio tufanye postmortem pamoja na wao. Huzuni ni kwamba tukifika hapa tunaambiwa pathologist wa serikali hapatikani, hayuko. Sasa tunashindwa aje mtusumbue, mtuchukulie kijana yetu wakati alikuwa uhai. Na mnaanza kutusungusha. Tuambie sisi kama familia na jamii ya kutoka Jagwine na Kirinyaga mzima. Tumewapea mpaka kesho, mtupee mwelekeo.
Tension remains high in Bulapesa in Isiolo town following a fatal arson attack believed to be connected to a suspected love triangle, which left 5 people dead, including a woman and her 4 children. Authorities say the family was trapped inside their home after it was deliberately torched, and witnesses report that neighbors rushed to help, but the inferno consumed the building before anyone could be rescued. In a dramatic turn of events, the suspected arsonist, believed to have personal ties to the deceased, was later cornered by an angry mob and lynched, sparking renewed calls for calm and justice. Police have launched a full investigation into the incident, while community leaders urge restraint amid mounting public outrage.
Tumesikitika sana kifamilia na zima moto ambaye tungefaa kutegemea katika hii kaunti haitusaidii lolote, haitusaidii chochote. Mwanzo tulipiga simu wakatuambia hawako kazi. Je, kazi yake ni gani? Ikiwa haiwezi kusaidia chochote.
Hii ni disaster moja ambayo imetokea. Naomba macho ya wanaochunga usalama imulike Isiolo vilivyo, na si kwa mambo moja, kwa mambo mengi, yale ya saa hii, yale ya jana, yale ya juzi, yale ya mwezi mzima. Kila mtu ako na wasiwasi vile Isiolo yetu iko kutembea. Tulipata kwamba aliyefanya hiyo jambo pia raia ambaye wako na hamaki wameweza kuweka chini, pia ameuawa. Pia nyumba imechomwa. Kuna pia kazana waende watoto shule, lakini kama serikali tumezuia kwa sababu watataki.
All right, President William Ruto has urged political leaders to avoid inciting the youth, saying such actions risk worsening unrest. The head of state called for collective efforts to address Kenya's unemployment crisis, framing it as the root cause of recent demonstrations. Instead, the president is calling upon all leaders to work together with the aim of coming up with solutions to the unemployment crisis. President Ruto's remarks during a meeting with bishops, pastors and evangelists from the Federation of Evangelical, and Indigenous Christian Churches of Kenya at State House, Nairobi.
Leo vijana 1320 wanafanya kazi kwa programu ya housing. Leo ukienda Thika ama uende Ruiru pale Tatu City, tuko na vijana 20,000 wanafanya kazi katika digital jobs. Sasa we are spreading it. Tuko na ICT hubs, tuko na jitume hubs. Tuhakikisha kwamba vijana wetu wanapata ajira katika mitandao. Mitandao isiwe ni mahali pa matusi, iwe ni mahali pa kupanga ama kutengeneza pesa kwa ajira na biashara. Program ya kwanza housing, program ya pili digital jobs, program ya tatu ni ile tunaita labor mobility. Nyinyi mnajua tuko na nafasi ya ajira katika international workforce. Kama kuna Mkenya anataka kwenda kufanya kazi nje, sasa tuko na National Employment Authority. Kazi yake ni kupanga. Tutaweka kwa portal ya National Employment Authority. Alafu vijana wata apply.
Now, in a bid to ease the process of home ownership for Kenyans, 3 organizations have partnered to offer a structured pathway for land acquisition, housing construction and financing. Under the newly formalized collaboration, Optiven will facilitate land ownership, Everstrong Maskani LLP will oversee construction and offer technical guidance, while Cooperative Bank will be able to give mortgage refinancing. Now, the initiative is expected to deliver complete homes within 12 months. It includes oversight provisions aimed at minimizing construction risks, regulating costs, and ensuring transparency across all parties involved.
Partnering or collaborating with trusted organizations. Optiven is a trusted name. Bank is a trusted name. And the other thing that we are saying, we are not asking for money in advance. We will construct and turn over the keys to you. At each stage, there will be evaluation of the construction. There will be checks and balances, and there will also be a checklist. And for the diaspora, as part of our processes, we've accounted for a verifier. And this verifier will be coming to site with us and verifying that the house construction is ongoing.
And what you are saying is, you come, choose the house you want, we appraise you, and you don't start paying for your loan. You realize for a normal construction financing, you start paying immediately you start the house, because disbursements will need to start almost immediately. With this one, you however strong do your house, we complete the house, then you will start servicing your loan.
Already the customers have purchased, they have got their own title deeds, so it's very easy. It's only for the customer to plug in through this collaboration and develop their own home. So there's zero risk in terms of security of the land. We have already vetted our land, the land have got title deeds, so you only produce your title, and that title is going to be charged by the bank as the Everstrong develops this house.
Right. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi is urging African countries to embrace digital technologies, artificial intelligence and early warning systems to advance sustainability and reduce the adverse effects of environmental degradation. Speaking during the official opening of the 20th session of the African Ministerial Conference on the Environment, AMSEN, at the United Nations headquarters in Gigiri, Mudavadi further lauded Kenya's efforts in environmental conservation, highlighting that the energy sector is predominantly green, with over 90% being powered by renewable sources.
Is intensifying. According to the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, about 7 billion metric tons of plastic waste is already polluting the environment. Yet the world continues to generate some 430 metric tons of plastics annually. The growing frequency and intensity of environmental challenges are threatening poverty reduction efforts and sustainable development. Without urgent action, declining ecosystem resilience will worsen, water scarcity, food insecurity, disease outbreaks, and extreme weather events. In this regard, the 20th Ordinary Session of the African Ministerial Conference on the Environment must therefore provide strategic policy guidance on Africa's common position to these environmental challenges.
Sports News.
Now let's get sporty. More than 600 young athletes from Nairobi's informal settlements gathered at Tatu Primary School today for the Stuart Dowsett Memorial Rugby Tournament, a spirited showcase of grassroots talent organized by Shamas Rugby Foundation and funded by BBRFC Celtic. The event, part of Tatu City's REACH ESG program, highlighted the power of sports to drive empowerment, resilience and community growth among youth aged 11 to 18.
Sports for Development organization that uses the tool or the sport of rugby as a vehicle to impact or to influence education in the community. So basically what Shamas does is we use the sport of rugby with its values to ensure that we are able to scout for scholarship positions. We are able to impact academic by providing learning materials to the beneficiaries and the students that we work with.
Remembrance of him, especially here in Kenya, because he made such a big impact for us as well, because he helped us in fundraising and trying to build rugby in Kenya and develop rugby in Kenya.
Founder really loves rugby, and the sport is one of the areas where under Tatu we are really invested in the community, especially the kids from the community. rugby is the way to go. We need them to be empowered through sport. Not only do Shamas actually, we have other projects like cricket. So sport is one of the areas we have actually really invested in. We have 3,000 children every month benefiting from sport at time.
All Saints Secondary School clinched the title at the inaugural Moving Mountains Kenya Under-15 football tournament held at their home grounds in Embu County. The competition, which brought together 15 teams of vulnerable and sponsored students, showcased emerging football talent and underscored the transformative power of sports in empowering street children and disadvantaged youth.
Ni timu ambayo ilianzishwa kuhusiana na wale watoto ambao walitolewa katika streets, wale street boys ambao wamewekwa katika mahali ambapo panaitwa Rescue Center. Sasa hapo ili wawe wamewekwa watu ambao wanaweza fikiria, walianzishiwa mambo ya michezo. Na michezo hii imewafanya wanakuwa pale, wanapewa chakula, wanacheza, wengine wamecheza mpaka wameweza kupata nafasi kuitwa katika shule nzuri kama hii All Saints, ambapo hapa kuna wanafunzi 10 ambao wametoka pale. Kwa hivyo tunaona uendelezi wale ambao hawangeweza kwenda shuleni, sasa wana nafasi ya kufanya na wale ambao labda walibahatika maishani.
Tunatarajia mwaka ujao tutakuwa na at least 32 teams, at least double, na tournament ya siku 2. Moving Mountains wamesaidia sana wale watu wanajua street kids feeding program which feeds more than 100 kids every day in Embu. They have done that for more than 15 years. Kwa hivyo hii tu ni part and main objective ni kuleta talents za watoto wote kutoka Embu wa under 16 wa interact pia na watoto wa ngambo.
You know, these events attract people to come to see how's the talent and to obviously look for the great players. And if you look at some of the great Kenyan players, they started in places like this. If you look at Victor Wanyama, for example, he was playing in Nairobi and he was scouted.
All right, that concludes our bulletin this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on News Now. Be sure that these stories and many more will be updated in our 7 and 9 p.m. bulletins. My name is Hibaq Saeed.